What's up guys, Game Nut here, and welcome back to some more Madden 16 Ultimate Team. And today for you guys, we are going to be trying to go ahead and fight our way into the playoffs in this episode. We are currently 4-1 on the season, and we need to get 2 more wins to go ahead and actually get ourselves a playoff berth. Now, first things first, however, I just wanted to let you guys know that there are currently new solo challenges in Ultimate Team. As you guys can see, there's an AFC playoff challenge as well as an NFC playoff challenge. Now, basically, these are exactly what they sound like. You're going through each of the 6 teams that are in the playoffs from the AFC and NFC. As you go through these, you're getting a bunch of coin rewards, and at the end of each one, you get yourself an AFC and NFC collectible. Now, with those collectibles, you come over here to the redemption category in the sets, and you add each one to an AFC team and an NFC team. Now, basically what you guys are trying to choose here is which teams you think will make it to the Super Bowl to get your best possible coin value out of this. So, each one has their own value. In case you guys wanted to know, I went ahead and chose the Seahawks and the Steelers. I don't know, I feel like that's a matchup that could happen in the Super Bowl. So that is the choice that I decided to go ahead and use my collectibles on. So, as we look at our lineup, you guys can see nothing has changed. But I did want to make one adjustment before we actually go ahead into this episode, into our gameplays, I should say. So, we're going to go ahead and pick up this seasoned veteran, 86 overall, wide receiver Devin Hester. If we go ahead and compare him to our current Devin Hester, he blows him out of the water in every single stat. But I'm not using this Devin Hester for our wide receiver. I'm sure, as you guys already know, the reason I need this Devin Hester is to actually go ahead and plug him into the kickoff and punt returner for our team. Well, when you go ahead and put him in this position, he morphs into a 99 overall. So, looking at our schedule now, of course, as I just told you guys, we're 4-1. Need to get 2 more wins to get into the playoffs, and we need 4 more wins to actually get ourselves a first round bye. So, first gameplay of the episode, we are actually playing away against the Denver Broncos, the same team we are suited up as, but you guys are going to see that I'm actually the white uniforms, which means I'm the away team. So, I'm kicking the ball off to my opponent first at the start of this game. So, usually what I do, I'll go ahead and pause the game. I'll go ahead and look at what my opponent is working with here for his team. So, I decided to go ahead and check this out. He's got the same quarterback. He's got John Elway. He's also got Walter Payton, 94 Marshawn Lynch. He's got 96 Hines Ward and Michael Irvin. You know, I'm looking through this and I'm thinking my opponent has a really solid team. So, as I'm waiting here, you know, waiting for my opponent to unpause the game, you know, we're sitting here. He gets a delay game. Nothing's happening. And basically what happened is he decided to go ahead and send me a message. So, you know, starting thing off, he says, "Hi, you know what up?" I say, "What's up?" And he asked me if I want his 96 Michael Irvin. Of course, you know, I ask him what does he want for it. And then he asked me if I have a microphone. So we go back into the game, and he actually pauses the game this time. So I'll go back ahead into my messages as he's writing me, and I tell him, no, I don't have a mic. But of course, you know, I have a mic. But he asks for my Kyle Long and Michael Kendricks, both captain editions that I have on my team for his one Michael Irvin. So, you know, I tell him, you know, just kidding, I do have a mic, but go ahead and quit the game first so I know that you're legit and I'll join your party. Go ahead. So, I go ahead back into here, as you guys are going to see here in just a second, to see if my opponent is actually going to quit the game. So, I'm sitting here waiting. It took a couple of minutes, but after a while, your peer has conceded the game. But we go back into the messages, and I go ahead and let my opponent know I will see him on YouTube because he is an obvious scammer. Now, you guys might judge me here, but I know how this thing works. He wanted to give me a high overall player for 2 of my, you know, somewhat low overall players. But you can't do, you know, a 2-way trade. You can't do 2-for-1 trades. And I know that's how scammers work in this game. So, 110%. I knew that that guy was a scammer. Go ahead. Make sure if you guys ever get a message from, I believe his name was DirtNasty321. I'll go ahead and put his name up on the screen again so you guys can see it. If you ever see this guy, please do not fall for it, you guys. He was 110% a scammer. And basically, you know what? I scammed the scammer because I got a free win out of him if he's trying to go ahead, if he's going to try and go ahead and steal some of my cards. So I know how it works. Trust me, you guys. If you see his name, do not fall for it. He's a 110% a scammer. So, moving forward now, we're going to go ahead and jump into our second matchup of the day. I don't think this guy's a scammer. He's playing some good football right now. So, we're playing against the Minnesota Vikings at home. This time, we are actually the home team in our orange uniforms. So, my opponent has Andy Dalton at the quarterback position for him. And he's going to go ahead and find Kyle Rudolph on that out route. So, you guys can see he's actually going with a bunch of no huddles already at the start of this game. But 3rd and 1. A great read by my opponent. He found the open hole with Andy Dalton, just scrambled forward and dove in for the early touchdown already in this game. So my opponent is now going up 7-0 on me at the start of things here. So We're kicking the ball off to Devin Hester. Well, actually, we're receiving the kick. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get something going with our new kick returner. And unfortunately, we're not seeing anything too crazy out of it. So, 1st and 10 for us. John Elway is going to go ahead and scan the field. And we're finding Keenan Allen already at the start of this game for a really nice 23-yard reception. So, the very next play, a 1st and 10. Going to go ahead and call a screen play, trying to catch my opponent off guard. Walter Payton breaks a tackle. And look at this. He just uses his speed to go ahead and outrun my opponent and puts us up 6 points on the board and ties this game 7-7. I mean, this guy is just too freaking good. This is one of my favorite cards I have ever played with in Ultimate Team. You know, ever since I basically started playing Ultimate Team from last year. So, Walter Payton, that man is an absolute stud. So, it's a 2nd and 10 for my opponent now. Andy Dalton scanning the field. He finds his receiver right across the middle of the field. I was there. I kind of had a little bit of a bad user, but at least we didn't let up something crazier than only a 9-yard reception. So, a 3rd and 1 now. My opponent's trying to get something going here. He scrambles with Andy Dalton again, and this time, Andy Dalton coughs up the football, and Orlando Scandrick is there to recover it. And we're starting with some pretty good field position right now. So, skipping one play later, it is a 2nd and 11. My opponent brought out an all-out blitz, and look at this. DeAndre Hopkins was left wide open. We actually burnt his man, and just like that, we are going up 14-7 now on my opponent early on in this game. So far, first quarter has been pretty high scoring. So now, we're going to go ahead and skip one play forward. You guys can see it's a 2nd and 7 for my opponent. He's also got Chris Ivory in the backfield, in case you guys were wondering. That is the MVP edition. So, 2nd and 7, Andy Dalton is scrambling, and he finds Amari Cooper. He finds the open hole in my defense. That was a great read by my opponent. I don't know what my defense was doing back there. I mean, they should have had that covered, but I got to give it to my opponent for that. He found the open man, and just like that, my opponent strikes right back and puts up another 6 points on me. So, now it is currently 14-14. We're going into our next drive. We're already, still in the first quarter. It's a high-scoring game. So, 1st and 10. My opponent's coming with a blitz once again. We find Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce says, "Get off me, son." On the short little route to Travis Kelce, he breaks 2 tackles and has nothing but open field in front of him. Uses his speed to go ahead and get us to the end zone. And just like that, in one play, we are striking right back and scoring on my opponent and going up 21-14. So far, both of our offenses have been playing absolutely insane.
Gotcha, bitch.
Finally, the defense is able to do something, and Roy Williams is now coming up with the awesome interception, and we are, again, already in some great field position. So, John Elway, I'm going to go right back to this dude, Travis Kelce. He's open on the out route, and we're at the 12-yard line now. So, guess what we're going to do, guys? Going with the toss play to Walter Payton. Uses his ridiculous speed to just break to the outside. It's just cake for this guy to get into the end zone. I mean, now Walter Payton has been in the end zone twice, one on the ground and one in the air. And we are now up 28-14 on my opponent. So, coming back out for my opponent, he finds Amari Cooper. Very nice open route, and he's starting, get a little something going here for him now. So, he's on the 40-yard line. It is a 2nd and 10. Andy Dalton is scanning the field. He finds his tight end, Kyle Rudolph. That was a nice dot as well that he found in the middle of all of my defenders. So my opponent's getting something going here on the 9-yard line, 1st and goal. It is a couple of plays later. He's going with the play action here. He's scrambling to the side of the field, looking like he's going to scramble, which got all of my defenders to go after him, which left Christian Okoye open, and he just falls right forward into the end zone. And my opponent is getting some points on the board now. So as you guys can see, my opponent did go for the 2 points, and he was unsuccessful. So now it's a 1st and 10, 20-28 game we have right now. So 1st and 10, like I said, we're finding Keenan Allen on this first play. That was a pretty nice pass by John Elway, who's able to get Keenan Allen a nice reception. So 2nd and inches now. One play later, John Elway scrambling to the side of the field, looking like he's going to scramble with it. But instead, I decided to throw it off to DeAndre Hopkins, who is going in for his 2nd touchdown of the day now. And I mean, this is just a crazy, crazy game that is happening for us right now. 35-20. So there is 18 seconds left. Of course, my opponent is going to go ahead and take a shot down the field.
Gotcha, bitch.
And Patrick Peterson comes up with the interception. Now, there is 11 seconds left in the second quarter. So, of course, you know, we're going to go ahead and try to take a couple shots down the field. 1st and 10, going with the play action, throwing it up to Travis Kelce. And there's actually a flag on the play, and that was for a roughing the passer. So there's a free 15 yards. 5 seconds left in the second quarter. Another play action for John Elway.
Finish him.
And DeAndre Hopkins just absolutely embarrasses my opponent on defense, throws the defender off of him, and uses nothing but his power to go into the end zone right there. And I mean, what a catch. I mean, what an effort to get that defender off of him to then go ahead and get the touchdown at the end of the second quarter. So we went into the third quarter. I kicked the ball off, or actually I believe that I received the ball first. And as soon as the kickoff was over, my opponent quit the game. And just like that, we instantly are into the playoffs with a 6-1 record. So hopefully all of you guys enjoyed this episode. Pretty good day by my offense, if you ask me. I mean, that was one of the best performances I've seen from my team, at least on offense, in a while. So hopefully all of you guys enjoyed. All these Ultimate Team episodes are going to be getting pumped out much, much faster. I promise you guys that. And, you know, once again, in case you guys do see that guy, you know, message you or anything like that, I'll put his name up on the screen once more for you guys. In case you see him try to interact with you at all, offer you a trade or anything like that, please ignore him. Get him out of there. Block him all in your PlayStation account, because I'm telling you 110% he is a scammer, and I really don't want you guys getting scammed like he tried to get me. So get his name out there. Let people know that this guy is a scrub and he's trying to scam people for their cards. But once again, I really hope all of you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to go ahead and let me know by leaving a like on this video. Subscribe to this channel if you guys are new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.